So, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Nip's here with his new very short haircut. He's been having to wear a jacket most of the time. He's a bit freezing. So today we are going to do a little bit of art for Father's Day. Now, you don't have to do it for your father. You could do it for your granddad if you want, or anyone, really. There are a lot of different sort of fathers out there for us. My dad sadly died about 5 years ago, but I still did a picture of him. It's almost like the memory of him. I will show you, we're going to do some, just almost like a big card. Now remember what I say, you don't have to do exactly what I do. We're just looking at ideas today. So I want you to think about something that you love doing with your dad, or something about your dad that you love. So when I was younger, small, I used to love hugs from my dad. So when I was out walking, I thought, oh, how can I draw that? My dad hugging me. So now his arms are a bit short, don't tell anyone. Because I sort of had an A3 and I went that way and I've got short arms. But anyway, we'll love him just the same. So what I did, I cut it out and I coloured both sides of the arms, and I'll show you how I did in a minute. So it looks like he's hugging me. And Rubes, can you zoom in a little bit? And then I wrote Happy Father's Day on the arms. So let's have a think about the sort of things that you like doing with your dad that we could do a picture of. Rubes, what do you like doing with Dad? Father's Day. Games? Like we play a lot of games.
Yeah.
Playing games. All my kids love playing board games. Playing board games. Some people love, especially at the moment, riding bikes with their dad. What about, a lot of you like reading with your dad at night time. I know that because you've told me. So you could do your dad and you together reading, and I like hugs. Mrs. M loves hugs no matter what. So have a little think about before you start what it is you like doing with your dad, and think of a clever way like I did. I'll show you this now, and then we could think about some ways to add something a bit special into there. So, I have to excuse Nip's favourite toy, his dirty old head. Oh, he's broken it and all the things are coming out. Oh, well, we'll keep him busy because last time he was a little bit feral. So, I usually start with a grey lead. Rubes kindly got me a grey lead. Remember what I said about going lightly first. So I usually just draw out lightly. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to put his arms down by the side this time so they're not too short. So just draw out lightly. Now, this is only a suggestion. You guys know, especially those who I teach, I'm just here to give you a few ideas, and then I love it if you go off and do your own thing. So that's the back of my head when I was little. Now I'm going to try and wrap my arms around my dad, like so. Just really quick to start with, and lightly. Remember what I say, if you draw it too dark, it's hard to rub out. And detail. It's all about the detail after you do this. Dad's standing there. My dad had curly hair. I'll draw that in a minute. Alright, so I've just got the outline, hopefully, because when you stand up, I always tell people when you stand up, your hands sort of go down past your waist, so hopefully they're long enough this time. I'm going to make them a bit longer. You sort of don't think about it until you do it. Now, you don't have to use a fine liner or permanent marker. This is just what I like to use. You guys do whatever you want. I always just go around, but it's all about today thinking of a neat way that something can fold. You can have something pop open for them, or something can fold out. So if you had your bike, because you like drawing, you might have 2 wheels. So the wheels can open. And inside the wheels is Happy Father's Day. Or if you love reading with your dad, you could have like a book that opens and closes and says, Happy Father's Day. It's all about being a bit clever and using your imagination. Bit of curly whirly for me. Love to my dad. Wonder who your dad is. Your dad was a poodle, Nip. Your mum was a cavalier, but your dad, oh, that's a weird hand, Miss M. But your dad was a poodle. Little guy, I think. Nothing wrong with being small, is there, Napoleon? Good things come in small packages. Alright. And then you can colour. Do some pockets. I'm not going to bother colouring. I just want to show you that when I cut it out, how things fold. And I'm going to cut quickly. You guys have got more time to do this. So you cut your thing out. And then we'll have a quick look at a few other things. We'll try a bike and a book. I used to love my parents reading to me at night time when I was young, and then as you get older you read to them, or a bit of both. I can remember my kids, my son loved Harry Potter, and we used to read it together on the bed. I think I used to fall asleep before he did sometimes. I'm not doing my best cutting out because I want to get this show on the road, don't we? That poor head of yours, Napoleon. He loves it. He cries when it's not around, and now he's pulling it apart. Do you know what he'll do? He'll break it. This is what happened to his girlfriend, the giraffe. He broke it and then cried and bought me the arms and the body to sew back on. You'll regret what you're doing there. All right. Use those bits later on. Okay. So I've got it like that, and then you can just fold it in like he's hugging you. I'll just move that up there a bit. And then, but just make sure that you draw on this side that folds over. Funny old hands, Miss M, doesn't matter, we're not stressing. And then you can colour, so make sure when you colour both sides, because these ones are folding over. So if you're to colour, my dad loved blue. You've got to colour this side. I'm just going to do it quickly. This side and the other side, because then it bends over. I want you to take a bit more time than me. I'm just doing this so I can show you a few different ones. But the inside and the outside. You don't have to worry about that. Well, you can do the back if you want, but that's, you're not really going to see that as much. Very quickly. Both that side, no, not this side. So you would colour it all like my other one, I'll show you. And then you can write whatever you want, but I wrote Happy Fold Over Father's Day. And that hug. And that's my other one, coloured in, hugging around. My dad with small arms. Oh, I love you. Nip, you're going to be really upset about wrecking your favourite toy. Don't think you should eat those beans. Oh, lordy. Don't work with children and animals. No, don't eat those. They're not good for you. All right, so that's my hug one. So if you were to do you two reading, you could just do his head. Well, you know, I'm just showing an example. You do it however you want. I'm going to put an arm around. Oh. And then let's have a book here. Let's do it. My husband had glasses. Has glasses, right? And then a book. So, and then No, you don't have to use the texture. This is just me. I love putting a bit of the texture on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now it's all about having a little bit of something extra, not just a drawing, but something that maybe opens and closes. Glasses. Oh, 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 oh. Sometimes when you draw a little bit quicker, you don't stress too much. Alright, arm around. So you've got the book here, then you could, and this is where it's always good to keep your little scraps, cut a book out so it sort of opens and closes. And same with the bike, you could have, I did a quick bike before, and that could be on there like that. And here, a bit of glue, you can draw all the rest, round, round, round. Not here. Right, so you could do anything. I love my dad, and do maybe picture him. Whatever you want. I'm just going to, and then open up, and then that could say maybe. You could write, even you could have a few little pages and have in there why you love your dad. All right, so that's the book one. And you could be on a couch. On your couch. Right, so you could have you and Dad reading on the couch. So I've got my hugger, my reader, and then you could even do one with a bike and your dad even on the bike. Where's my scraps? This was really quick. And you could have, cut out the wheels even. Or have a backpack or something on. And if you've got those pins at home, you know, those ones that go like that and then like that to make things move, your wheel could even go around. All I'm doing is showing you all these different ideas so that you can think about what it is that you and your dad like doing together. And then you could even just stick a little bit there and have up here Happy Father's Day underneath. Or if you've got one of those pins, again, take your time, colour it in, put him on the bike, put you on a bike behind. All about using your imagination. Oh, I cut that bit out for something else. Remember, these are just ideas. With your bike with the under the wheels. Could be reading, a big old hug. Could have a board game. You could draw a board game and have the lid pop up and have underneath. So there are just a few ideas. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Make your dad a coffee, cup of tea, spend time together. Thanks for watching. Nip, you going to say goodbye after chewing? Look how skinny and little he looks. Oh, I should say it. With his new haircut. You going to say goodbye to everyone? Sorry to interrupt you chewing your toy. We'll say see you next time. Bye.